Mom definitely blamed Edie, but I think Lewis blamed himself. After he graduated, he just spent more and more time in his room, until Mom got him a job at the cannery. Everyone always told me to stay out of Lewis's room, except Lewis.
Okay. Lewis's room is an opium den, it looks like. Well, I guess we're not going up that way. Might as well go up, get a look here. Ooh, yeah. Kind of see into the room a little. So we're going up this. And then I guess through the windshield of the boat. That's even weirder. I mean, heck, why not use a boat?
Lewis's room smelled very, very familiar. That part of him lived on.
Okay. No, I don't want to go back out. I just wanted to look around. Slight issue with the game is when it does that. You gotta like move away from doors to turn around, or well, entryways to turn around and do stuff. Hey, church key.
He was so proud of being Indian. I think for him, it was a way to be something other than just a Finch.
Oh, no way. It's not an actual game console, is it? Wonderland Turbo. Are they trying to do Dreamcast? High school diploma. Nice TV up on there. Oh, he was one of those people that sat on a freaking... whatever these balls are. The freaking yoga balls or whatever. I hear it's good for your core.
Lewis and I spent a lot of time playing games together, but he was surprisingly bad at them. He died a lot.
What's in the fridge? I want to know what's in the fridge. San Juan Ale. Locker contents. Oh, I'm guessing this is from the cannery.
Dear Mrs. Finch, as Lewis's psychiatrist, I can understand your desire for an explanation. As I see it, the trouble began in January, shortly after we convinced your son to seek treatment for substance abuse. Newly sober, I believe Lewis first noticed the monotony of his daily life. He kept working at the cannery, but he withdrew part of himself. In our sessions, I saw the same behavior. His mind began to wonder. I asked him to describe it. He said he started small. Imagining a labyrinth. He'd feel his way about. Then something moved. Bats. And toads. And things that have not names. He knew it was all in his head. But he took it very seriously. I had hoped he'd find himself. But he found something more. I worried about him then. Daydreaming at the cannery. I spoke with his boss. But he said Lewis had become a model employee. Methodical, tireless, focused. Like a whole new Lewis. So I let him go on. I even encouraged him. It seemed very promising at first. He told me he'd made a new friend. On the edge of a city he named Lewis Topia. He built the city up slowly, brick by brick. Then he made musicians. And songs for them to play. He talked about starting a band. And he was always humming something. Every day his imagination grew stronger. He no longer spoke at the cannery. But his chopping was as reliable as ever. Then one day it struck him that all the cheering crowds, even the stones under his feet, were all in his imagination, so he could do whatever he wished. He held an election for mayor. And he won. They begged him to stay, but his mind was already wandering. It became a game for him. He'd conquer a city, then immediately push on. New Louisville. St. Louis. He started drifting away from our reality. Minneapolis. Until one day he forgot to go home from the cannery. Even as his mother pleaded with him, part of Louis kept sailing on. In Louisburg, he heard rumors of a handsome queen. The queen was on her own quest for sinister serpents. He followed the sound of her silver harp. His chase led him to a golden palace east of the sun and west of the moon. Even then, his logic remained sound. He knew the world was all in his imagination. But he was so proud of having created it. In his own eyes, he'd become something greater than a king. For someone who'd never known success in the real world, I think it was overwhelming. And then it struck him that the real Louis was not the one chopping salmon, but the one climbing the steps of a golden palace. My imagination is as real as my body, he told me. It was hard to argue with him.
Let me back into the weird spot. That was such a weird thing. I don't know what the hell is going on there. It was so difficult to like do two things at once. Gee, I wonder whose locker this is. Hey, is that a DS? Oh, I guess I'm supposed to go into this and, like, stare into it or something, maybe?
Began to forget the world we know.
Maybe not. I thought I was supposed to do something here because it, like, pulled away while I was looking at it. I guess not.
I think it pained him to remember Lewis, the cannery worker.
Wow, they did so good with the visuals in this game. This is so nice looking.
He began to despise the man with a royal contempt.
I just wanted to check and see if there was anything I could do over here. Okay, this is gonna get weird, isn't it? I mean, that's supposed to be the character I'm playing right now, right? He's just going through the motions, and I'm about to do something
I still
weird,
thought I
I'm
could
guessing.
save him. Even after he said he was being crowned king over all the lands of wonder.
Go back. Oh, I don't want to go. Oh, God.
The palace would be packed with his companions. Including the wise Calico who'd insisted on advising me.
Where's this wise pelican? Yeah, that's a big-ass cat.
His queen waited, holding his crown.
Ooh, that's a guillotine. No.
There was only one thing left to do.
It's so great when you see stuff like this and it's like you know what's coming.
Bend down his head. And the rest I think you know. Mrs. Finch, your son was a kind man who will be missed by all of us who knew him.
My brother was really cool. I wish you could have met him.
Story. Okay, I just noticed the droid paraphernalia like all over the place. I mean, I already saw the pot plant, but or the poster, but I didn't see that right off the bat. Anyway, what's he got here? Like a bearded dragon, probably.
On the way back from Lewis's funeral, my mom told me to start packing.
Outdoor shower? Who showers outside? Is it, or is that a light? That's a shower head. I mean...
She waited until the day before we left to tell Edie.
Just wanted to check this way just to see if there was anything.
I'm not sure if she wanted to make it easy.